From Southern Maryland's weather leader, this is a JB Weather Alert.
Good Sunday evening, and I'm forecaster John Bordash with you in the JB Weather Center this evening, sitting just after 6:15, continuing to monitor William Richmond Inc. TrueView radar as we watch our developing nor'easter really begin to take shape just off the Virginia Beach coastline. This evening, we can see that this storm has taken full control, and many areas have now switched from that rain from this morning over to snow, and this snow is turning moderate to heavy at times as temperatures begin to dive into the mid to lower 30s. Going into William Richmond Inc. radar, we can begin to see in our local region where we have bands of locally heavy snow beginning to set up. We have a band that has set itself up right from the northern neck through portions of southern Maryland along the Chesapeake Bay, going along the Delmarva Peninsula. Additional bands have begun to set up as well along the coastline where that mixing line does hang close but should push down to the south and east. And we have an additional band that is set up just along I-95 and just to the west back towards Frederick and Loudoun counties. We're going to watch and see how these bands continue to develop throughout the rest of this evening going into tonight. And we're really going to watch these snow bands continue to focus towards the eastern portions of our coverage area. Generally, I-95 areas to the east will be seeing the highest impacts. But even taking you into California, Maryland right now, you can see there along 3 Notch Road at 6:15, we are looking at snowflakes flying, and at times this camera has shown heavy snow, and those accumulations have already begun. Across southern Maryland and the Delmarva Peninsula, many areas have already picked up between 1 to 3 inches, and this is just going to continue as our area of low pressure off the coast continues to strengthen. Those multiple bands of heavy snow will continue to develop and rotate around the storm and will really begin to focus along into the east of I-95. As we head into tonight, this storm will continue to strengthen, almost looking a bit like a wintertime hurricane. Granted, this won't be tropical in nature, but the structure in the wind field will resemble that, and we will see winds potentially gusting upwards of 50 to 55 miles per hour along the coastline. This is going to be a strong storm, and it's really going to be focusing its impacts along the coastline. That's why we have blizzard warnings in effect for the Delmarva Peninsula and the New Jersey coastline throughout the night tonight going into tomorrow morning. The further west you head, the less severe these alerts become. Winter storm warnings for St. Mary's, Calvert, and Anne Arundel counties locally, and all counties along the bay going into northern Maryland. These become winter weather advisories the further inland you head for generally lower snow amounts, but the forecast hasn't really changed. We're still looking at the highest totals in New Jersey, upwards of a foot to a foot and a half, locally up to 2 feet out there. 6 to 12 inches on the Delmarva Peninsula with 4 to 8 inches on the western side of the bay. Zooming into our region, you can really see how tight this gradient is, with areas towards Fredericksburg only looking at about 2 to 4 inches overnight. Granted, it could be a little bit more if a band of heavy snow sets up over there, with the highest totals locally up along the bay, getting towards Calvert and Anne Arundel counties, where at least half a foot of snow is going to be possible overnight. We're also going to see these winds pick up. By Monday morning, winds could be gusting upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour across the region, with 50 mile per hour wind gusts along the coastline as this storm continues to strengthen. This is why we're going to be looking at widespread closures across the region. Many districts are likely to close and already have done so across the eastern shore. Charles and St. Mary's counties as of 6 o'clock have already closed for the day on Monday. We have a few delays out there, but I suspect many of those will be going to closures. Putting everything together, we're going to look at this rain finally switch over to that accumulating snow for all of us here momentarily, and that snow is going to continue overnight, and it's going to be turning moderate at times, with temperatures going down towards the freezing point. Winds are going to pick up, which is going to make travel quite hazardous. Taking you back out towards California, Maryland right now, you can see where that snow is really coming down, making travel difficult, and that accumulation is already beginning. And we are going to continue to see this be the case across the region as we head throughout the evening. You're going to want to stay tuned to JB Weather for the latest information. We're going to continue to track everything on William Richmond Inc. TrueView radar, use our Future View model by Cedar Point Federal Credit Union to track what's coming our way, and continue to keep you updated on the latest reports we're getting in across the region. In the meantime, I'm forecaster John Bordash. Have a nice and safe one, and please keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.